Good morning, everybody. It is Christopher Burgess in Taiwan, and thank you for watching my video blog and enjoying this time together with me. I just wanted to start off by sharing some news that I've been kind of alluding to a little bit in the past couple of video blogs, and that is that I will be doing a program called Titus Project in the spring of next year, which I'm very excited about. It starts in February and goes until May. And Titus Project is kind of like the outreach phase of SBS. So in YWAM, when we run courses, we do what's called a lecture phase and an outreach phase. And in the modularized courses, which is a one set subject for 3 months, which is done by a number of schools throughout the world, and it's meant to help students retain information because they're just focusing on one subject at a time. So DTS is this way. You do DTS for 3 months, so Discipleship Training School lecture phase for 3 months, then you do outreach. And so SBS works the same way: 9 months of studying the Bible, and then there's a 3 months lecture, 3 months outreach phase. A good way to explain it. So it's like the practical application to what you've just learned, and so YWAM really sees the value in applying the things that people have just learned in their lives, and they don't want them to go to waste. And so application is the best way to apply something to memory, to fit it in there, and so that's the whole heart behind it. And so Titus in the spring will be 3 weeks of intense teaching, educating, training, and then 2.5 months of teaching. And so I'm very excited about that. I love to teach, and so it's just going to be an awesome time. So I'm very, very excited about doing this course and going to be able to participate with what the Lord has for me. And so I don't know where I'm going to be going on outreach yet. The outreach locations will be progressively announced, and so I will keep you updated with those, what they are. The first one that we found out is the Ukraine, and the Ukraine is an amazing outreach option for Titus because that was pretty much where the thought and dream of Titus came from. After the fall of the Soviet Union, tons of people went in and started churches, and there sprung up about 200 plus churches within a first couple months to a year period. And then going in 3 years later, there was only 20 churches left, and the biggest reason was because there was not biblical teaching in the churches. Pastors were giving the same sermon over and over, and it just was not keeping people fresh and knowledgeable with the Lord. And so Titus was kind of developed out of that. It helped people to educate the pastors, educate the churches, and help them to be able to study the Bible themselves. And so that's kind of what Titus is about, helping people develop the method of SBS that we've just been doing, the School of Biblical Studies. And so yeah, that's that. Outside of future plans, I have been having an amazing couple of weeks. We had Dan Bauman, who's a very good friend of mine, a very good friend from Awaken, come out and visit Taiwan, and that was such a blessing for all of us. I've talked to everybody who's out here with me: Elizabeth, Austin, Jonas, Stephen, Courtney, and Escala, and every one of them were blessed by his coming here. And yeah, it was just a really refreshing time, much needed at the time that he did come. So that was amazing. And yeah, it's just been so good since he's been here. On top of that, just been learning a lot about obedience. The Lord has been teaching me so much about obedience, and it's so easy to get caught up in the big things that we're obedient in. So many of us are obedient in the big things. Lord, I feel like you're calling me to do this as a life career, or I feel like you're calling me to go to this church or to participate in this group, whatever it may be. And so the big things are not the hard things to be obedient in often because they're big and they're clear, they're life decisions. But I have found lately that the things that are most difficult to be obedient in are the small things. The pick up that piece of trash, or do those dishes, or pick that up, and whatnot, and so I've just been meditating on it a lot and thinking on it a lot. And one of the things that's really been highlighted to me through the prophets that we have been going through recently is that they were relentlessly obedient to the Word of God. They didn't question it. They stepped out and they did it. And Jeremiah even says that if he tries to hold the word inside of his body, it starts to burn his bones like a flame. And that was just amazing to me to see the kind of conviction that one man had because he was not being obedient to the Lord. And so that's been super highlighted to me lately. And so it's something that I've been intentionally trying to practice is more relentless obedience to the Lord. And because of that, I feel like, just one second. Sorry about the noise. So because of that, I feel like I have been just growing so much closer to the Lord, and it's been such a blessing to be able to pursue the Lord through those means. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to continuing to intentionally strive after that, because I feel like everything flows from that place. And that's kind of where the Mennonites / Puritans were birthed out of, was this place of just radical obedience. And I am not becoming a Mennonite, but I am learning a lot about obedience. And so I see kind of where their value system came from. And so yeah, just a really big blessing. So yeah, thank you all for your prayers and support. It's an absolute blessing. And I will keep you updated. If you'd like to know more, you can email me at cbergus@gmail.com. Thank you so much. Bye.